For this week's class, let's do something more relaxing. Let's talk about product manager on holidays. What you should know, what you should remember, and how do great product managers rest. Well, before they do that, first of all, never ever forget to put on your out of office automated reply. So you are not in a situation where people don't know that you're away and are impatient waiting for your response. This single thing prevents a lot of disappointment and manages the expectation on when you're going to get back to whoever wrote to you. But for the holiday itself, it is said very often that when you go for a holiday, you should completely cut yourself off from work, let your mind rest and be completely detached. That's not what I would suggest. Let's go back to the ship's analogy and the fact that the product manager is a captain. I mean, the ship won't sail without the captain, but if he double checks if the ship is having the right course every day for 10 minutes, then he won't have to invest weeks to go back to the right course when he comes back and discovers that the ship went totally in the wrong direction. Well, this won't likely happen, but still, at least for me, it worked better to keep my tabs on what's going on with the product and the office in order to then come back to a more peaceful and less negatively eventful environment. That is like a long-term investment in making sure that you don't have to work 2 or 3 times as hard to get back to the status quo when you're back from the holidays. So it really comes down to check your email and communicator for 10-20 minutes really, and issuing the most important things to rectify now and then. It's like this time management advice that if something takes 5 minutes, just do it, you'll have it over with. Obviously, there will be people who disagree with me, but again, this is a different strategy. The work will eventually have to be done. There's hardly ever a situation where the product manager of a team or a product has real redundancy. So if you just keep tabs and work a little day by day, then your return to work will be easier. Obviously, if you follow the delegation class and you are a master delegator, then everything will work smoothly regardless of whether you are there or not, and you don't need to worry that much. It's still a good idea to check the email from time to time, but if you manage to get everything that needs to be done shared between your team and colleagues, then it's a great luxury and you reach the great level of being able to delegate your tasks. In fact, this is a great opportunity to assign a replacement product manager from someone in your team that you have big trust in, and not to run the product per se. Just assign this person to be the one who calls the shots while you are not there. Say that the team agreed to do A and B, but something happened and only A or B can be delivered. It will be this person's responsibility to choose whether A or B is the right choice. It also helps the team to see that you trust them, that someone is capable of doing your work, and it's a great thing you can do to get your team even closer and feeling more aligned with you. I'm telling you not to detach yourself from work during holidays, but at the same time, you'll probably need that if you're completely worn off, totally demotivated and lacking any energy. So this only makes sense if you can manage your levels of tiredness day to day, which is also a great thing to achieve. That you can put your best efficiency maintain good levels of energy and focus and not overwork yourself. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but truth be told, you are the decision maker. If you are too tired to make a good decision, then you're not helping anyone. It's really your responsibility to keep the clear mind, to keep focused, and be able to deal with anything that comes to you at any time. If you're overworked, if you have too many meetings and too much responsibility, you won't be able to do that and your work will keep degrading. That's when you have to review what you have to delegate or whether it isn't time to grow your team or get an associate product manager to help you. Or just realize that you are overworked, that you pushed yourself so hard that you need a complete holiday, and that's a pathological situation to begin with. You should be able to work a little on your holiday and not feel that it's coming back to hell little by little. As I said in the chapter 2, enjoy your work, make it a hobby, don't make it a burden. Again, I realize it's easier said than done, but hey, we had the whole chapter about managing your career, and being happy in your position is also part of that. Moving on, while I suggest that you not detach yourself completely from work on holidays, at the same time, you should have the regime that even if you're completely gone, and not only for holiday, but for a month or two, everything is set in place so that the team can carry on without you for a tad longer than just the 2 weeks when you're away. So you keep the vision, the strategy well organized, the backlog is in perfect shape, and it can go on without you for many days and weeks. That's also the challenge of time management, to be able to do that, to plan ahead, and at the same time be here and now and making sure that your team has the right support. It's difficult, but it's part of the job. And if you think that when you're gone, the team will suddenly have no work and the backlog is in a state that no one will understand what's your vision, that means that you need to go back to basics, maybe repeat a few of the classes from the course, and then try to reorganize, catch up, and make sure that your ship can sail without you for many, many days. And to close off on a positive note, enjoy your holiday. Don't stress about work, just keep an eye out. Don't really worry about things that are not optimal. It's okay. You'll deal with that when you're back. And if you can't detach that what's going on in the office with what you are doing on your holiday, then perhaps my advice is not for you, and you should really detach from what's going on in the office and leave the email communicators alone and make sure that you delegated everything you could, and the person who was made the temporary product manager can handle it while you're away. That's it for this bonus class. See you next week.